Hello and welcome to the presentation of the ILA contact and hygiene concept, which we have adapted to the current situation. Due to the orders and regulations issued by the corona pandemic, special requirements are placed on catering services. We are represented and booked with our ILA catering at events of all kinds. The new requirements and conditions also apply to our catering on the racetrack. Many additional requirements must be complied. Nevertheless, the competitors on the track have to be provided. ILA has created a concept that fulfills the new requirements and enables safe, responsible and compliant catering on the racetrack. The new demands are mainly set by the government, the racetracks and the organizers. As priority of our concept counts the avoidance of contact. As second point, the hygiene in general. The organizers or our loyal customers are currently faces the challenge of meeting the requirements for the realization of racing events and still being able to supply the competitors on site. ILA presents a concept which helps the organizers to fulfill the requirements and offers considerable advantages over alternatives such like deliveries or pick-up food from outside the paddock. Among other things, we attach particular importance to the social distancing of the competitors. The mobile kitchen, as well as the teams and their functional areas among each other, shall generally not come into contact with each other. For this purpose, we created a separate 5 to 5 meter pagoda tent for each team within their functional area close to the box, to which only accredited members of the team have access. The path of the members of different teams do not cross. Our kitchen is also positioned in a clear distance from the teams and their functional areas. As already mentioned, each team or cell, including the administration, media and so on, is assigned its own pagoda within its radius of action, the functional area. To ensure that this separation is strictly adhered to, we install numerous notices and barriers. In this way, the individual team remains basically among themselves. In order to guarantee the contact restrictions and distance regulations, only accredited team members are allowed to enter the pagodas. Persons outside the team or cell will not have access. This is warned by the clearly visible signs. The path from the work area to the pagoda is short and will not be crossed by other persons. Inside the pagoda, the required minimum distance of 1.5 meters is maintained by the seating arrangement. Disinfection dispensers are available on the tables and at the entrance. Furthermore, the hygiene rules are visibly displayed. Of course, we do not serve any food as buffet or beverages to refill, such as coffee. Drinks are only offered in bottle or cans. As already mentioned, our central kitchen is located away from the teams or other cells. For optimized process flows and trainings, as well as a restriction to an exclusive delivery service, we can keep the number of personnel required very low. In principle, the teams or other cells have no direct contact with our delivery personnel. For deliveries by quad, fixed route are used to minimize contact. Deliveries are made from the back of the pagoda and the team's functional or working area is not entered. In order to reduce further personnel, fixed delivery or service times are agreed with the teams without any physical contact. Just as important as avoiding contact is a careful application of the prevailing hygiene regulations. ILA sets even higher standards here than those which are currently required in the catering trade. Of course, all our employees wear mouth, nose protection and disposable gloves, which are regularly replaced with new ones. In addition, the suppliers and the kitchen staff wear so-called face visors. Also, and above all, we will thoroughly clean and disinfect the pagodas after each service. During this process, we efficiently clean all surfaces, handles and contact areas with disinfectants and prepare them for the next service. Here too, our employees will generally have no contact with the teams. Furthermore, all used materials will be disposed of by the service personnel and the waste containers will also be thoroughly disinfected. All our staff working on the racetrack can present a current negative test for COVID-19. Our employees are subjected in the same requirements as in the catering kitchen with regard to distance and behavior. Our employees are obliged not to establish contact with people outside the ILA team during the event. Food and equipment will be purchased in advance or will be delivered contactless. In principle, there is no personal contact with teams or other cells in the paddock. A hotline has been set up to get in touch with the contact person. Food orders or other arrangements can only be made by phone or email. In advance, there are 3 menus available as a selection, which are delivered individually packed boxes. Our menus are prepared in the mobile kitchen in compliance with the strictest hygiene and distance requirements. Each box is individually packed, sealed and labeled before delivery. Our boxes contain the ordered menu, a washed and shrink-wrapped fruit, a salad, a drink and a small dessert or energy bar. They also contain packed disposable cutlery and a disinfecting wipe. With our ILA contact and hygiene concept, nothing stands in the way for safe and delicious catering on the racetrack, even during Corona times. Every organizer can ensure that the competitors in the paddock are excellently supplied without ordering risky supplies from the outside. The teams have the advantage of receiving varied, excellent and healthy menus which they can enjoy in their own pagoda. No one has to eat or rest uncomfortably or while standing. Ultimately, such a service will increase the attractiveness of any race series and show that motorsports can be made possible and enjoyable during Corona. With our large rental park and our extensive equipment, we can ensure that we can also provide the catering in series with a large number of teams, with our service and with sufficiently equipped pagodas. We can offer the service at a very attractive price, and we are looking forward to a high range of interest. Of course, further services of ILA and their combination are still available. For example, we are happy to offer our fleet of luxury motorhomes in combination with our delivery service as an exclusive retreat in the paddock. We are looking forward to excellent catering and many exciting races in a new but perfect design atmosphere.